Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, I've got a little unboxing to do. Now it's not a mystery because I've already unboxed it. Why? Because it was so massively enmeshed with masking tape and sellotape and gaffer tape and all sorts of tapey things that if I did it live on camera, as I would normally do, it'd be an hour long. It took me that long to get into the bloody thing. So, it's in this tube here, this rather phallic, almost, blowpipe, like nasty piece of tubing. It's in here, and it's a poster. I'm going to show you. So, I mean, you've already seen, you can gather from the thumbnail what it is. And we are talking an American Werewolf in London. All over again. A film you think, well, Kilt-Man, really, can you cover it at all? You've done everything. You've done commentary tracks for it. You've discussed the music, the effects, everything about this movie. You've done numerous videos on it. What else can you possibly do? Well, thanks to Astrodyne, your friend and mine. Astrodyne, a traveller in time. We've got a poster. It's in here. It's a poster. It's a quad poster, and it's rather spectaculoso, rather naughty as well. And as it, I've took off most of the ceiling that was around this, and there's still enough to seal it back down and be an annoyance. In the movie, our protagonist, protagonist slash antagonist, because he is the American Werewolf in London. His mate gets killed, he gets bitten and becomes the next werewolf in the bloodline, and then goes to London, wakes up in their hospital, and then goes on the killing spree. He also shags Jenny Agutter, so it ain't all bad, is it? He goes to a cinema because his friend Jack Goodman, played by Griffin Dunn, comes back repeatedly in varying states of decomposition to warn him that you are the last of the werewolf's bloodline. You've got to kill yourself, because everyone you kill makes the undead, and apparently it's boring in undead land. I'm sure you can make your own fun. Come on, of course you could. But they end up going to a cinema in Soho, the Eros Cinema, which, by the way, was a genuine cinema, and it became way after making American Werewolf in London, John Landis. It became a Gap outlet. Gap, the big brand Gap. I'm not sure what it is right now, but back in the day, he's just drifting off Leicester Square, and but in Soho, and it was a bit of a seedy area at the time. And they go and watch a porno movie together, and Jack Goodman, the undead Jack Goodman, introduces our boy David Kessler to all the victims he killed the night before. So the tramps, the yuppies, and Gerald Bringsley, who you see him in the subway, the tube, and he gets caught on the escalator. His briefcase goes all over the show, and a werewolf the size of a grizzly bear stalks him. In that one brief, literally 2-second shot, which even John Landis says, I showed too much of the werewolf. No, you didn't show enough. Rick Baker's effects were far better than what you genuinely thought, and we should have seen more of that wolf. Anyway, so on the wall of the subway, you see a poster for a film, a porno movie called See You Next Wednesday, a non-stop orgy. all of John Landis's movies and his TV episodic, he directed certain TV shows. There's references to See You Next Wednesday. It's a running gag throughout his movies. He did Thriller for Michael Jackson, and Thriller, Wacko Jacko, a pedo predator. Oh, can you say that? Yeah, we can. Him and his girlfriend are watching a movie before he turns into not a werewolf, a werecat. It's a werecat he turns into. But great freakish effects by Rick Baker, who did American Werewolf and knows John Landis really well. So the whole connection is there. But a line of dialogue, even in Thriller, is like, yeah, I'll see you next Wednesday. And every single movie that John Landis has in his oeuvre has a reference to See You Next Wednesday. And it's referenced as movie posters, motifs, lines of dialogue. But in American Werewolf in London, it actually is a movie, and it is a porno movie starring the great Lindsay Drew. Lindsay Drew -Honey, as she is now. Glamour girl, glamour model, porno star, actress, entrepreneur. And she's brilliant. And she, in that scene where Jack and David sit and watch a porno movie, the See You Next Wednesday movie, she is outstanding. She plays a girl called Brenda Bristols. Now I know that a lot of you in America probably don't know that reference to Bristols. Bristols are these things here. I'm wearing a variation. I've just realised I put it on about 5 minutes ago because I wasn't wearing this. I was out and about in the pubs, around here. But there is a variation on the See You Next Wednesday thing, the poster and the movie, a non-stop orgy, and you can see this buxom lady here with claw marks on one of her chesticles. That's not the poster from the movie. The poster from the movie, you see Gerald Bringsley fleeing for his life in the subway tunnels, the passenger conduits of London's underground, and you see this poster. The poster I'm going to show you right now is on the wall there, and that's the film they go and see, with 4 actors in it, which we'll talk about. But I know you want to see this. I know you want to see it. And I opened it earlier, as I say, because I knew it would take hours to get into it, and it did take hours to get into it. I couldn't do it live on camera, could I? Hear that? Boom. Don't you love that? The sort of sound vacuum thing. Boom. That is, by the way, that tube there is one of the most robust. I could fight, I could kill hundreds with that in the gallant last stand. Look at this. Look at what am I doing? No. It's so solid, so thick. Now, remember, John Landis in this movie, in American Werewolf in London, he took 4 actors, made them nude and had them shagging, and if you look at the behind the scenes footage, there's a jokey sequence where John Landis is doing a 2-camera sort of talking about the movie, with a set built behind him, and the set breaks down, and you've got all of this cast, all nudie nudes doing the biz on a bed behind him, and they all the set crumbles, and they all go, bits and bobs are wiggling and waggling, and it's great. It's great, good fun. John Landis has a tremendous sense of humour. The fact that he put this joke into so many movies is I love that. I love that. It's a running joke. If you've got a bunch of mates and you've got a joke, something about someone from like back in the 80s, the 70s or whatever, when you were teenagers, and that joke runs on and on and on through the decades. Yes, to other people it's like, oh God, they're breaking out that old one again. But to you who know what it is and what it means, it's important. So here is the poster for See You Next Wednesday, a non-stop orgy, by the way. Oh wait, it's that way. Yes, nudie bits, nudie bits, and it's a British quad poster as well. I probably can't do it justice. I've not got enough hands to do it. But can you see? There they are. There's the cast. Yay! Nudie nudes. A non-stop orgy. See you next Wednesday. By the way, today I'm filming this. It's Wednesday. My cat, our new cat, is called Wednesday. On Wednesday, today, she went to her, what is her new vet to be, looked at, consulted. Oh, she's great. Her teeth, her eyes, her ears, her tail, her heart, her lungs, her claws are all extraordinary. They're all superhuman, super feline. She's great. So, she's wonderful. So we took her to the vet. Her name's Wednesday. We took her to the vet on Wednesday. And now we're talking about see you next Wednesday. Now, can you see this? In certain imagery you see of this, you've got the happy smiley faces covering up the chesticles, the bits and bobs of the ladies. This doesn't have that. And this poster, Astrodine sent this to me, but I know the guy that did it, and it took him a while to get this poster together. You can't get them. You can't get them. Get them from him. And it took him a while to get the whole thing put together. And he got it endorsed by Lindsay Drew. Lindsay Drew, the glamour model. The one who speaks mostly in that sequence. She's like, I'm sorry, I've been out and I should have got a drink together, because I always come back and start doing a video after being out for a few whiskies and conversing enormously for hours without any cough or gasp. But I come back here, put the camera on, I'm like, worry not. Oh. Health and safety. Let's have Tropicana multivitamin orange juice. Everything for the growing older man. Don't you hate these things? Why have they got this fucking little thing which links it? You just want to go like, fuck off. Oh no, it's safe for the environment. So people, no. It's in the way. If it's strapped on, you can't drink from it. You can't pour it. It goes into this. You've got to turn it around. Oh God, screw that. But yeah, Brenda Bristol's Lindsay Drew. Now Lindsay Drew -honey. Glamour model, actress, a bit. Porno star as well. Was an absolute darling of us when we were growing up. I say us, meaning all the lads that I knew in the early 80s. We knew her from like certain magazines. It was artistic, of course. Oh, I see. the way the leg is stretched across that tableau from Art Deco, and that throw pillow there is Greco style, and the way her thigh is stretched across, and like who cares, because look what's in between, and that's what we saw and loved. And she's great in the movie. The entire foursome are great. I've got their names, I've got the people somewhere here. The porno movie that Jack and David watch. Lindsay Drew plays Brenda Bristol's because of the rather large Bristolia. Lucien Morgan plays Lance Boyle. He's the gypsy looking one with the big tash and the curly hair who storms in, you know, and I think, oh, I've never seen before in my life. Oh, sorry, and walks out. You got Dave Cooper playing Chris Bailey, and you've got Susan Spencer playing Georgia Bailey. So there's actually two couples who are like, and you've got the girl who plays the buy your ticket to go, because Jack Goodman, desiccated, decomposed Jack Goodman. I've got all the masks. I should have put the masks up, shouldn't I? I didn't do it. Don't know why. And he's gonna go in here. So David runs over. Like, obviously the undead Jack has gone in there, drifted in with all the undead victims of David Kessler's, you know, nefarious nocturnal activities. And you know, it's like, I don't know, it's like £5 or whatever it is, like but Christine Hargreaves plays that girl there. She's also the girl, like, when all hell breaks loose and he transforms again. It's like, there's a monster in there, and all the bobbies come running around, like. Well, the sex scene itself, you know, you get loads of little interludes, you know, like, I've never seen before in my life, and there's a phone call, and Brenda Bristol's got to get, okay, it's not me, but oh, thank you, anyway, puts the phone down and gets back to shagging. I shall show you again, because you guys may have forgotten what shagging's all about. Look at it, it's absolutely fucking brilliant. As I say, there are versions where all the juicy bits are sort of masked by smiley faces. And smiley faces, of course, are from The Howling, which came out the same year. Eddie Quist, the big 7 foot tall, he's here somewhere. He's there. The Eddie Quist werewolf leaves smiley faces at the scenes of his crimes, one of his calling cards. So it's a nice little. They're not connected, apart from Rick Baker, who did the effects for The Howling. Don't shout out, I've discussed it a fucking million times. Rick Baker was working for John Landis to do The Howling, and did all the pioneering, you know, stretch out faces and, you know, fingers and claws and prosthetics. Did all that working with the young Rob Bottin. And then he gets the call, Rick Baker gets the call from John Landis, get your ass over here, I've finally got my American Werewolf movie off the ground, but I'm already working for Joe Dante for The Howling on a werewolf movie. Get your fucking ass over here, I don't care, you promised me. So Rick Baker jumps ship, leaves The Howling in the hands of Rob Bottin, who comes out with a tremendous effects transformation into my favourite werewolf of all time, the Eddie Quist werewolf. So, but Rick Baker goes over to John Landis and does American Werewolf and wins an Oscar for it. And of course, it's fucking brilliant. Of course it is. But there's a huge sort of, you know, there's a lot of backstory and everything, which I always feel compelled to talk about. And you guys know this, I've talked about it a lot. If you're watching my channel, you know I've said this a million times over. Anyway, I've got something for you here. because listen to this. This is the porno soundtrack to their sequence of shagging. As Jack and David sit there and watch it, you know. And you've also got like because there's a bit of a jump sequence, because you know he meets all the tramps, the yuppies, Gerald Bringsley. You know, you could put it in your mouth, you'd be sure not to miss. You know, you've got to kill yourself. You know, and and then they all disappear, and David transforms again, and you got some patron going like looking down, saying, "Go away, go away!" And then you got the woman, what's her name, Christine Hargreaves, going like, "There's a monster in there," and all the bobbies are running to it, all the big tits on their heads and all that, and their raincoats on, and they're running. You know, Piccadilly Circus, Leicester Square, giving it fucking loads. And like, the copper goes in with a flashlight, and he sees someone's been shredded there. But he walks up, and there's this shagging taking place behind him on the big screen. The thing about American Werewolf is that back in the day, I saw this at the cinema as well, but back in the day, you got it home video, and your folks are watching it. It's a horror film with tons of swearing, and when you were a kid, you were like 13, 14 years old, not even that in my case, 12, 13, there's swearing, there's sex, there's ultra gore. I was fine with the ultra gore. My mum and dad were fine with me watching ultra gore and violence. The sexy bits and bobs, no. Nipply nipples, little fairy patch down below, and gyrating, you know, things, you know, that was never a good thing. And even though my mum and dad loved the American Werewolf, they fucking despised watching these bits and the sleazy music. I'm gonna play it again. You know, the fuzzy, you know, wah 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 guitar. It's pure 70s, you know, gristle, grunt and grind, you know. You ever played any music to having sex? Have you done it? I've done it. Look, I'm going there now. Well, probably not right now, but you ever tried to, you know, make love to music? I have. And you think you're a superstar. I mean, this works. I never played anything like this bump and grind stuff. Oh no. I've played movie music, which I thought was like epic and heroic. So I'm like, oh, and you'd be gone within seconds, you know. This actually works. It's like, it's slow, it's sleazy. I can't believe where I've gone with this. Oh, she'll reach for the Tropicana again. Try and calm myself down. Cheers, y'all. I'm a bit worried about how I'm going to slap this now. Isn't it great though? So, American Werewolf in London has this hidden movie within it, which is the John Landis long-standing joke. In many of the movies, you see it in the marquee. There's a space-born version, like Barbarella. I've seen it Wednesday. There's always other versions of it. It gets mentioned, it gets referenced. Sometimes you see a version where not all the words are there, but if you know what they're doing. And even movies that he's produced, and he's not directed them or written them, and they still bring in see you next Wednesday. Let's show it again. How should I? You know, this is fabulous. Where am I gonna put it? You kidding me? And it's got that pure seedy, the colour scheme, yellows, reds, blacks, and there's our crew there. I don't know if you can see them properly. So you can perform to that music, you can. I'm going to check something now because there's another piece of music which I always thought, I did a video on it as well. I've actually done a video on this piece of music, like sci-fi sex music, but I'm not sure if on this new system I've put it on. I'll just do a little research because like this is pure bump and grind and sleaze, and you know, and if I've not got it, I apologise because it's brilliant, but I have done a video on it previously. Oh, it's not here. It's not here. Anyway, it's a film called Forbidden World, and there's a mutant alien monster there which does a lot of things, and there's a really crazy sex scene with some of it's the best, you know, synth sex music ever. It's brilliant. But this works too. So I've not got it, but I've done a video on this. I'll put the link to that video below so you can you know, whet your appetite with that. Get yourselves, you know, G'd up. Sex is important, massively. Even if it's just self-sex, it happens. Lindsay Drew Honey, as she is now, Brenda Bristol's, was ultra defiant about like doing what she did. Did loads of TV interviews and loads of you know, just, you know, celebrating. Look, I look great. I love sex, and I want to do this, and I can make money out of it. So, what's your problem? You all want me, don't you? She's brilliant. She's brilliant at that. She's I think she's 66 now. I'm 55. I'll be 56 in a couple of months' time. So she's barely 10 years older than me, and I was a kid like that, watching her in, well, American Werewolf, and also seeing her images in magazines, and I go, and I put them away and I have beans on toast. Thank you, Mama. Now please leave the room. Plate of beans on toast aside, and a big massive hand jive. Look, we're human. We all do it. We all do it. Nothing wrong with it. It's healthy. It's good for you. Got to get released somewhere, you know. I'm going to show you again now. But it is a tremendous element of a classic movie. And apparently I should say, this poster, the guy that did this, oh god, I didn't write his name down. I didn't do it. Oh shit. But the guy that put this together, because you don't get these posters, he painstakingly put this together, looking at the you know, the scenes from the movie where you would see it. Using the right measurements of a quad poster, British quad poster, and they're the best. You know, your American one sheets are great, but UK quads is where it's at. A big landscape and the quad dimensions, that's important, you know. And he painstakingly put it together with the right colours, the right imagery, did everything. And it's endorsed by Lindsay Drew. It's actually genuine. The guy's name is Olaf, and I don't know his proper name. Olaf. Look for him up. Look for him up. Look on YouTube and I don't know, eBay. I didn't buy this. Astrodyne bought this from this guy Olaf, and then it got sent to me. But it's brilliant, isn't it? It's genuinely brilliant. It's naughty. How am I going to put that up in here? Although I want to. I celebrate British quad posters. Love them. I've got many. It's hard to put them up because you got to get them framed, or you've got to pin them, because they're not going to. And some of them are massively deteriorated as well. But you know, work with them. Treat them with respect. They are genuine art. The quad poster is important. And some people are like, oh, but yeah, sometimes it might be, you know, The Evil Dead, which was cut in the UK. But the UK poster was better than any other poster in the world ever. It's outstanding. Oh dear. Getting a bit breathless, a bit wheezy. Oh, don't worry. This is mine. There's other orange juices in there for other members of our. Oh yeah, we do this. We don't ever sit in the same room together. You know, our germs may spread. You know. This is mine, so I can swig from the, what do you call this? The carton. How naughty is that though? And Astrodyne sent this t-shirt as well, which is a variation on, of course. Look at them. And the scratch marks on the boobage. Ultra wrong, isn't it? But so fucking great at the same time. I'm going to show you it again. This is what you see on the subway station and in the cinema, of course. And again, you got Jack Goodman going. He's got no nose. He's scratching where no nose is. He was like, great movie. I've never seen you before in my life. You're back. Yeah, that's the bit you want to see. Oh my god, that got slapped a bit too heftily. Oh, I got told today I look like James Hetfield, Metallica. Is that a bad thing? Don't think so. I've actually heard it before. I get Rowdy Roddy Piper a hell of a lot. I never get, you know, oh, you are Kurt Russell. Actually, no, I do get that sometimes. But I've got to be wearing the gear. It was just me like this. Roddy Piper with the kilt, obviously. And lately, James Hetfield. Not bad. It's not bad. I'm not complaining at all. Anyway, folks, I have been and always shall be Kilt-Man. So please, in the meantime, it's ever like, let's get it on in between time. in Soho, Leicester Square, which was a red light district. Where that era of cinema was very seedy. At the time when he made the movie, that's why John Landis picked that location. You look at it now, and you look at it in the movie. Tons of coppers arrive there, and everyone's and suddenly you've got Trafalgar Square and you've got Leicester Square and all that. Everything kicks off. It's not there. It's further around, and it is a seedier part of town. And yeah, at that time, in that era, like 70s, early 80s, dodgy, red lights, you know. But hey, you know, it's what every city's got it, and hey, you know, makes a lot of people happy, and it works in the movie. It adds that seedy undercurrent. I've always said, you know, the vampire in the movie is very sexual, very charming, but the vampire thing, really speaking, in only a handful of movies is it actually sexual. The sexual thing is the actual and like the bite, and like the orgasmic thing is the woman or whoever is like writhing as they've been drawn of blood. But the werewolf thing, so there's no actual sexual penetration, I should say. No sexual penetration. I can't help but do that as well. There's none of that taking place, unless you watch not Twilight. What was the True Blood? What it was? I couldn't be arsed with that. Didn't like that either. But werewolves, because they're beasts, they rot. They have sex. They are under the full moon. They're doing it, doggy. You know, this is what werewolves. If they can't fuck it, they'll kill it. They'll shred it to bits. But it's like, but even the act of that is an act of sexual, predatory, behaviour. I've discussed all this before in far more, in depth and more pertinently, I suppose. But with this music playing, isn't it great though? Isn't it great? And you can get it onto this. Oh, Mrs. Kilt-Man, she's out at book club right now. Book club. When she comes back, it's going to be fuck club, And she'll be like, well, you've got half an hour, and then I've got a new book to read. It's fine. If you want to do it twice, that's fine by me. Anyway, folks, Astrodime, brilliant poster. Not sure where it's going to go. I really can't tell, but I do love it. And if I could do a mock-up of, an early 80s subway tube passageway, I'd have that curved around the wall. My God, as Gerald Bringsley, Mike Carter, who played Bib Fortuna as well, and he's in a few other roles. He played Molisar in The Keep. That's the same guy. I've discussed all this before with The Keep and all of that. He's done a lot. So the cat, the werecat is now prowling around. But anyway, folks, I've had enough. I'm starving, so I want me tea. So anyway, I'll see you next Wednesday. The cat's called Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. She went to the vets and she's going to get spayed on a Wednesday in 2 weeks' time. And we're going to see you next Wednesday, but I'll see you a lot before then. Oh my God, I'll be here way before next Wednesday. You know that. So anyway, keep it cool, keep it kilted, be healthy, be a multivitamin, immune supported. Can you read that? Be James Hetfield. I'm not into Metallica at all. The most hardest metal I go is Iron Maiden, who are the best by far. Right, I'm out of here, folks. Enough tits and bums. Go and have fun. Watch something seedy. Put something wolfish on. Get your saliva running. Get your loins going. What am I doing? Anyway, you just do what comes naturally. And I'm out of here. I'll see you later.